Hey, it's Tuesday here, Longshore and McKnight, presented by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy in association with our friends at Yellowhammer News. So glad you are with us here on this Tuesday. Game week for week zero.
I just love it. I love the way it sounds. Game week. It's not my game week. It's not, there's games in Alabama, but it's game week. There's football. There's things. There are teams playing with intent, and man, I am all here for it. He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. It's our Tuesday, August the 19th show.
August 19th. Wow.
And we got some news. We got some stuff that we can talk about. The big news of the day since last we went on the air. Again, I'm a Yellowhammer News guy, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
AL.com. The other day, I took them to task for just absolute rampant Alabama coverage. Today, they got like 14 articles on Auburn.
I wouldn't say that's the first time you've done that.
Well, I'm just not a fan, really not. A couple of guys I like.
Wait a minute. Let me look at this. You're telling me they've got all articles about Auburn today?
And I have not seen anything yet on Auburn about the big news of the day.
Another player gets kicked off the team / in trouble with the law?
Bigger than that.
Really?
This is big. I'm talking big. 2010 Heisman Trophy winner, NFL Rookie of the Year, NFL MVP, national champion, Cam Newton is getting his number retired.
So I'm a little confused there, Barry.
His number 2, nobody else in the history of Auburn football will be able to wear uniform number 2.
Well, I'm a little confused here. I did see that. I'm not a big retiring of numbers fan, but that's just personal. I don't know how the Yankees have any numbers left. I think they've retired just about everyone you can have. But so Auburn's going to retire Cam Newton's number. That's where I'm a little confused. Is it number 2 or is it 180? What number are they retiring here?
It's not actually 180.
John's
reference. I was wondering, I had a couple of buddies out there. They said, which would be first out of John's mouth? $180,000 or the fact that he drove a moped, which John has been obsessed with for 15 years. And it turns out, guys, it was $180,000. So Joe, you win.
I want to say this, though. I'm a little disappointed in the folks at Tighter Insider message board, because when I did hear that yesterday or see it, wherever I found out about it, I'll admit.
Can I guess? Was it?
No, I think I just saw something at Auburn Undercover or something. I don't know.
Philip has given it the
believe me, I know. It is dripping. Nothing. Everything's fine here. Anyway, all
right.
I've kind of lost my train of thought.
Cam Newton, $180,000 moped. Questions.
I will admit, I thought that would have been all over Tighter Insider message board. Maybe it is by now. And I was really expecting, I said, there's no way I'm the only person out there. When you first heard about it, your immediate instinct, your thought was 180,000 or 2. What number's getting retired? I cannot believe I'm the only person that thought that. No way. And it was not on Tighter Insider message board. And I'm a little disappointed. I thought that to me, Barry, that is like blood in the water for sharks. I mean,
they will, it could be a dreary, dusty Delta day in the middle of, the 3rd of June, another sleepy, dusty Delta day.
Yeah.
And flies are buzzing around. Bama Nation's sitting there bored, sitting on that bench in front of the post office whittling, thinking, man, Elmo, how about that Cam Newton? Let me tell you about, and normally it doesn't take anything. Cam Newton His jersey number 2 will be retired at Jordan-Hare Stadium in the Georgia game.
Ooh.
It's October the 11th. That place is already going to be sold out. How about putting it there where, I don't know, could draw some more fans? That's the only thing.
It's interesting you mentioned that. I've seen highlights of Cam and, the Clemson game and bringing them back against Mississippi State and, of course, the Alabama game. What happened in the Georgia game that year? Will they show any clips of Cam performing his magic against the Bulldogs in that game? I just, as I think about that, I don't ever remember seeing any clips between Auburn and Georgia that year.
There have been, I remember one clip, Ricardo Lewis, but I don't remember. I know he had to do something. Anyway, Heisman Trophy winner at Auburn. There are some, like Plainsman Preston, who brings up what's probably a pretty, that was my first thought out there.
Hey, Preston, 1 year is stretching it. How about 6 months?
He got his degree from Auburn. He went back to school. 2010, Auburn beat Georgia in a shootout, 49-31. Not much defense in that game. So I don't think it was because of that they've chosen the Georgia game, October 11th.
Well, it's
to
the
do
South's
it.
oldest continuous. Wait a minute, I didn't get that right. Let me start.
Oldest continuous rivalry in the Deep South.
Yeah, that's
in
right.
that game, Cam was 12 of 15, passing 148 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Right.
He also carried the ball 30 times in that game, 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. So that's the news, and the obligatory references to a moped and $180,000.
I mean, Philip even brings up the parking tickets in his article today. I'd actually forgotten about that.
There's no way.
He does.
There
he brought
is
it up.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying there's no way he brought it up. I'm saying there's no way you've forgotten about it.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about the parking ticket. Was that the reason he was driving the moped? He got his license revoked? I believe it's something like
for
that.
Parking tickets?
I think it was.
Hey, look, your license revoked for parking tickets? Let me ask the expert here.
I can tell you one thing: they won't give you your diploma until you pay all your parking tickets. How about that?
Yeah.
That happened at Jeff Davis and at the University of Alabama. Thought I could get away with it at T-Town. They're even stricter up there than they were here. Ooh.
There's a piece about it on who's our guy? Outkick.com.
Clay Travis?
I think that's him. I couldn't think of his name, but that's him. Outkick.com. They had a story about that. Something along the lines of Newton's supporting cast, which featured no NFL talent offensively, has been acknowledged as underwhelming. That makes Newton's achievements all the greater, justifies his jersey number never being worn again officially. Outkick, a guy named Austin Perry at Outkick. I mean, it's a joyous occasion, right?
Oh, sure.
Cam Newton, in tears, I guess, normally reserved Auburn crowd. And it's going to be his big day. Austin Perry, for some reason, went after Chizik in that article.
Oh, come on.
He says Chizik was a glorified gym teacher. He wrote Tigers.
Wait, glorified
gym teacher. Without Newton.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Quote, Tigers fans famously booed then head coach Gene Chizik after he landed on the tarmac in the Yellowhammer State. And for good reason. Chizik's record at his previous stop was a robust
5-29.
No, 5-19.
5-19.
5-19.
Yeah.
Every May the 19th, the Bama fans come out of the woodwork. Hey, happy Gene. Quote, without Newton at his side, Chizik's record at Auburn, I didn't even realize this, John. Newton, when Chizik didn't have Cam Newton at the controls, Chizik was 19 and 19 at Auburn. But when Cam was there, he was 14-0.
He sure was.
He writes this, and this is all I'm going to say about this article. Quote, Newton won a national championship in the SEC at the height of the conference's powers with a MAC roster and a glorified gym teacher for a head coach. Come on, man.
What roster?
MAC, Mid-American Conference. Miami of Ohio, Northern Illinois, Akron, Toledo.
Yeah. Well, Philip will tell you, they wouldn't have won it without Nick Fairley and a couple of other guys.
Imba.
Yeah. Right. Sure.
What about Michael Dyer? So I think that's a little heavy-handed. That's the guy. That's the guy who's at the back of the old guy's funeral who's saying, they talk about how,
is this preacher's nose going to start growing?
I
mean, gee,
John's that guy back there saying, yeah, man, you see him on that Saturday night after the ball game? Woo!
Yeah, that ain't the guy I knew.
Yeah.
But anyway, another
why
number.
Do that?
Another number gets retired. What do you think about retiring numbers? Is that?
I'm all right with it.
It's a team sport, isn't it? I mean, would Cam Newton been able to have done that without his other teammates, the other 10 offensive players on the field with him?
A lot of people say he did, but if it was me, I would not. I mean, there are some places that retire them left and right. You mentioned the Yankees too.
Yeah.
There are, of course, people who will point out that the brand of college football, the University of Alabama, has never retired a player's jersey or rushed a field postgame after a victory. Winning is expected and accomplished regularly. RTR.
Yeah, Bob, no retiring. I mean, Joe Namath, Leroy Jordan. I mean, I could go on and on. 3 Heisman winners, and I'm putting up statues of Heisman winners, things like, some people do it their way, Bob. Some people do it another way.
Different strokes,
yes,
for different folks.
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly how they do it. So
some people roll trees with toilet paper. Some people put a giant bronze statue of an elephant.
Yeah,
within walking distance.
Tuska, I believe, is his name.
Yes. Yeah. So that's. To me, the biggest news of the day. Cam's going to be in town. Cam had a great reaction to it. Honored. Auburn changed his life. This and that.
That's all fun and dandy and pomp and circumstance. 15 years after the fact. I don't know what took them so long. Is it like Major League Baseball? You got to be out of the game for a while before you're eligible for the Hall of Fame or something?
So let me get this right.
Yeah.
John says Cam played there a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam was there 15 years ago, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
Why are they still bringing him up? 15 years, and Auburn is late in bringing him up.
What took so long? I mean, I don't understand. You put that statue up like that. I mean, what took so long to retire the jersey? I just think that's, is there some time period that has to pass before you have to do it? Or did somebody go, you know what? I think it's about time we retire number 2. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We hadn't done that yet? Huh. Wow. 4 Heismans. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. See, there's so many, John. I can't keep up. I mean, Chris the Bammer, I can't keep up with all of them.
Let's see.
And what do you do?
Ingram, Bryce, and
Derrick Henry. Yeah.
All within the past 16 years.
Maybe they'll retire those 4 numbers, Chris. What do you think? The big story of the day, though, after we get through all the warm and fuzzies, I mean, what's going on with this Auburn team? I mean, guys getting kicked off the team, arrest reports, police activity. Antonio Coleman is the latest guy. Isn't he the kid that flip-flopped about 8 times of where he was going to go to school? Committed to like 4 or 5 different schools, went back and forth, can't seem to make up his mind. He has been disciplined, I understand.
Yes.
It's good to see somebody that does something wrong gets disciplined. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, this is probably going to be the tone of the whole show, so get ready for it. But this is what I like. Hugh Freeze and Antonio Coleman has been suspended indefinitely. Freshman defensive tackle for a violation of team rules. 4-star Mobile. Originally committed to Alabama, flipped to Auburn, flipped back to Alabama, eventually back with the Tigers. No details on it. But Hugh Freeze says this. He says there have got to be ramifications for your actions. What more do you want?
I want to know.
I mean, that's the hard line right there.
I want to know what you've got to do to be suspended. In this day and age, I mean, what do you got to do? Maybe you got to be a drug dealer. Maybe you got to have scales and weights and paraphernalia and I don't know, a bale of weed in your trunk. I don't know what gets you suspended nowadays, but man, what's going on out there?
Let's see. They've had DJ Barber got kicked off the team. Is that right? Gosh, I hope that's right. All of a sudden, I'm thinking. Anyway, the guy got kicked off the team. Malcolm Simmons got suspended until his court case was adjudicated. Hollis Davidson III, he was arrested last month on felony drug possession. He is currently suspended. Meanwhile, Antonio Coleman has been, by the way, Davidson has been practicing. I mean, he's not been suspended like get off the field. He's been practicing, but not available for a game. Antonio Coleman is suspended indefinitely. So that's two freshmen that have been suspended before their first game, for goodness sakes.
And those young men have something in common with Cam Newton because he was suspended for about 5 minutes in 2010. Oh, can't suspend him. 5 minutes, done. 5 minute suspension.
Must have been nothing to it, I guess. That's what the NCAA said.
Philip brought that up as well. I mean, this is a very lengthy, detailed article Philip writes today.
It's a history of the 2010 season.
I'm telling you, as we'll go to break, this is one of these stories about the grassy knoll. Well, did he act alone? Is there more to it than we've been told? 50 years from now, when they unseal this story, we're going to hear something different.
Have they not?
That's just a personal opinion of mine.
Is there more? Is there more that in 15 years that nobody?
Well, we didn't know anything about the Kennedy assassination 15 years after the fact either.
Wait a minute. They had the entire Warren Commission that interviewed everybody under the face of the earth.
Allegedly. So
this is how it is. The NCAA did a full investigation, but come on, we know.
Wait a minute.
Really?
Are we going to trust the NCAA? Really?
Or are we going to trust John that there is something else there? I'm just feeling it.
Yeah.
Just feeling it. Well, the obligatory news about Cam Newton and the obligatory response has been put on the record. We can move on, unless you really want to talk about it some more. On this edition of the program, which also includes today, in about 12 minutes, a visit from Brian Matthews, AuburnSports.com. Also, Travis Ryer on YouTube at the beginning of our second live hour of the Tuesday edition. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Score big savings at Stivers, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Prattville during the kickoff savings sales event. New 2025 Ram 1500s up to $21,000 off MSRP plus 3.9% APR for 72 months or 1.9% APR for 72 months. It's your choice. New 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokees up to $11,000 off MSRP. New 2025 Jeep Wranglers up to $14,000 off MSRP or 1.9% APR for 72 months. New 2025 Jeep Gladiators up to $13,000 off MSRP or 4.9% APR for 72 months. And Ram 2500s up to $14,000 off MSRP. Alabama and Northwest Florida's largest volume Ram dealer is in Prattville at Stivers CDJR. where Price sells cars, trucks, and SUVs. 2209 Cobbs Ford Road and at StiversCDJR.com.
On the basketball court, the soccer pitch, or even the golf course, your crew brings their best not just for the win, but for that post-game celebration. When victory tastes like Michelob Ultra, it's worth every drop of sweat. And if you don't win, you'll still get the beer. It's just on you. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Jim Massey's Cleaners and Laundry is an Alabama-based, family-owned and operated business that specializes in dry cleaning and laundry, serving the River region since 1941. There are 12 convenient locations across the River region. Find one close to you or call 481-1911 for free pickup and delivery. For 83 years, Central Alabama has trusted Jim Massey's Cleaners and Laundry. You should too.
Okay, welcome back in, everybody. So glad you are with us here today. As Barry mentioned, our man Brian Matthews, auburnsports.com, at the bottom of hour number one. We'll kick off hour number two with Travis Ryer on YouTube, talking Tide. Looking forward to that as well. You mentioned something about AL.com. I've noticed this series. They I guess they're going through every number from 100 down to 1. I don't know whether it's a player's jersey number or the number of times they beat a team. Are they not doing this about Auburn too? I mean, I know it's the time of year you got to fill space, but I would think there'd be a lot of historical numbers that could have been used and stories could have been written. I just thought that was interesting. You mentioned just all the stories that they've had about Alabama. I mean,
I've glossed over that one. I didn't even realize that one was out there, which is kind of just an easy way of, hey, we are Paul Ott-Caruth days away from, the start of the or whatever it might be. I don't know why Paul Ott-Caruth came to mind or anything. They did have this. We are, getting ready for football season. We are blessed by living in the age we live in. There is so much content out there, particularly if you're online. If you're not online with streaming or anything, you're missing out. For instance, yesterday I watched another episode of Any Given Saturday, the Netflix Inside feature on SEC football. I think I've watched 3 of them. They're still releasing them, I believe. It's good stuff. They had Arkansas and their win over Tennessee. They had Vanderbilt and the win over Alabama. It's really well done. You've also got Netflix with a release of another series, a docu-series, they call it, John, called America's Team. It's about the Dallas Cowboys. And everybody is saying it's awesome. I mean, one of my favorite docuseries was The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. They're saying this is better than that.
Oh, wow.
Just a Cowboys docuseries. Check it out on Netflix. I think yesterday was the first day that it's been released.
Now, Barry, I thought the best Dallas Cowboy docuseries was the movie North Dallas 40. I mean, how's it getting better than that?
That was the standard. There's no question about that. And lost me. There's 2 things. We were talking about this with my brother and my sisters over the weekend. It was like the 50th anniversary of the release of Jaws. And wasn't it like filmed in Navarre? Was that right?
That was Jaws 2.
Oh, okay. All right.
Jaws 2 was filmed in Navarre, yeah.
Well, obviously, we grew up on the coast in Central Florida and go to the beach all the time and everything. My older sister was talking about how she's going to watch Jaws. We never watched the whole thing. It's kind of creepy and all that kind of stuff. And, so she watched it all. And we were talking about it. It's that first 5 minutes when that girl in the bathing suit in the middle of the night goes swimming and the shark eats her.
Well, actually, I think she took her clothes off. That was the insinuation. She was
she was naked. She was skinny dipping out there and all that. That's the thing with North Dallas 40. When you get to that point where that guy's getting his knee drained with that syringe that looks like a 22 caliber rifle, that's when I'm like, oh no.
That was Delma. Was that
I've
character.
had injuries before. I've broken arms and leg and all that kind of stuff, but and I'm not freaked out by needles. I give blood all the time, but that one just got me. But also, if you're not streaming, then you're missing out, as AL.com points out, a 3-part series this year. Episode 1 comes out in 6 days of Unspoken. Never before seen footage released from Auburn University from the 2010 season. Exclusive interviews with Cam, Nick Fairley, Gene Chizik, Gus Malzahn. Unspoken.
Wait a minute.
The commemoration of the 15th anniversary of Auburn football's national championship run in 2010. Episode 1, August 25th. The other 2 parts will be released later in the fall, exclusively on the War Eagle Plus content network, which is basically the NIL content network at Auburn University. Isn't this a great world we live in these days?
I mean, as big of a story as that is, that's not on ESPN, a 30 for 30 or SEC Network. I got to go where to watch it?
War Eagle Plus.
Never heard of it.
Well, it's relatively new, but, inside.
I mean, are there any interviews? I mean, you say it's extensive, it's exclusive. I mean, Danny Sheridan interviewed. Dan Mullen's wife, is she interviewed?
The Auburn University parking attendants, anything like
Christine Brennan, is she interviewed?
The 3-part series will include never before seen footage from 2010.
See, that's my theme from before the break. Hiding stuff. Just saying.
They're bringing it out. I mean, they're having a whole
years after the fact.
Well, it's a very big.
Has the statute of limitations run out? I don't know. I'm just curious. Huh?
There's no charges. I mean, there's no investigation. There wasn't,
Wait a minute. Look what we found. 15 years after the fact. Too late. Should have done it back in 2010.
Golly, John's going to be 80 years old. He's going to, have smell like Vic Sav and be taking Geritol and everything. I'm telling you, boys, they're still. I'm just waiting till the smoking gun comes out on Cam Newton. It's happening. I'm telling you.
I have. We brought this up before, back on our previous endeavor, and it was something similar to that. I said, Barry, when we're like 85, 90 years old and we've been out of the game for a couple of 10 years or whatever, you're going to get a call from me one day. Barry, the phone's for you, honey. Somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, who the heck could this be now? Joining me, calling me at this hour. It's 4:30. It's time for dinner. Yeah, hello. Hey, Barry, how you been, my man? It's been a while. Well, hey, John, how you been?
It's been since this morning when we did our last show, John. What are you talking about?
Hey, did you see what came out just a minute ago? I told you this day was coming. Woo! Yep.
20 years later, all of a sudden, something that hasn't been investigated, or has anything not even been alleged? Has everything that is possible in the world of jurisprudence not been alleged about this? There was voodoo involved. There was unseemly behavior, collusion. Were there anything coming from Putin or anybody like that? I don't know.
There's got to be a Danny Sheridan book coming out, in some point in time.
Our buddy Leslie Sports says, is that the, quote, Sticks and Things documentary about the change in stories by the owners? Oh, who was that offensive lineman for Alabama? Was it DJ, who got evidently some sort of a bargain from a place called Sticks and Things? There are several businesses who have gotten a good bit of run because of behind the scenes references with
Now,
Auburn.
Leslie, there was
Sticks and
T-Town
Things, T-Town Menswear, Bojo's Rims.
Yeah, and curve feelers.
There was Bojo. There was Senor Stereo down in was it Pembroke Pines, Florida, when Willie Williams got caught lifting. There's stuff and Sticks and Things. I remember was one of them that all of a sudden poof.
I don't remember that one.
Boy, we could have could we get on War Eagle Plus and do our own documentary? Can we do that,
I have
John?
heard people have asked, who was the Dodge dealer in Tuscaloosa? Because there was a time where a
bunch of Challengers and Chargers. No,
that was a little. I mean, that was back when Dre 21 was playing.
Yeah,
he had a Charger.
Yeah,
and he sped past me in Centerville, going about 100.
Yep. That same day, John will say, and I tell you what else about this Cam stuff. I finally have a spreadsheet of exactly how much money Pat Dye raised for Auburn University when he retired as football coach.
Yeah.
Allegations going all the time, like Jeff from Billingsley.
Will
up. Cam finally explain how boosters paid him through his dad's church? Oh, man.
We hadn't heard from Reverend Newton lately. I mean, he was kind of in the news back 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Got banned from games and things of that nature. And
anybody know anything about whether or not Juicy Locke is still working at Mercedes or whatever?
I don't believe he is. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure Juicy's with us anymore. But I don't say I said that.
Daniel said he sped by me on Highway 82 too. His license plate had Dre.
Yeah, Dre 21 when he passed me.
His son plays at Alabama.
That's
so
exactly
how long of a shelf life these things have? Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, Curtis, wait a minute. Auburn is back? Who said so? Wait a minute. Auburn is back when Bammers hop on the accusation train.
Yeah, I mean, it's stuff, Jeff, they paid him through his dad's church and all that stuff. God bless Jeff. Bob from Pike Road with a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. The Warren Commission was a ruse to hide the fact that the CIA and President Johnson conspired to assassinate and murder President
You
Kennedy.
tell him, Bob.
Corruption at its worst.
You tell him, Bob.
All right. Well,
okay, we've had enough fun and games. We got to get serious with our man Brian Matthews, auburnsports.com, when we return.
What's coming up? It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Known by avid golfers as one of the most beautiful and challenging stops on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Cambrian Ridge in Greenville lies just 40 miles from Montgomery. It is well worth the ride for any golfer looking for 27 holes of jaw-dropping golf. The greens have been redesigned to accommodate the higher green speeds associated with their installation of the latest generation of ultra-dwarf Bermuda grass. Cambrian Ridge offers a fully stocked pro shop with all the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Cambrian Ridge for tee times and more information.
Summer's here, and so too are its many challenges. Heat that won't quit, beers that won't fit, hammocks that won't hammock, screen doors that appear out of nowhere, flips that flop a little too much. That's why it's important to keep it simple. Keep it cool, keep them coming, and keep it easy. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bud Light.
Why Hands? At Hands Heating and Air, you get this area's highest ranked service provider with 24-hour repair service, no overtime charges, and their same-day service guarantee. Plus, instead of other companies' 30-day repair warranty, Hands gives you a 3-year repair warranty. Hands Heating and Air is here for you 24/7, 365. And service is not just something they do, it's their way of operating, for you in mind. All of Hands employees are trained to adhere to this standard. They work hard to ensure that this standard is maintained, and they are constantly looking for new ways to better serve you. Call Hands Heating and Air today at 508-5382. That's 508-5382, or find them on the web at 834hands.com. Okay, back at it here, about 26 minutes to the top of the hour. Brian Matthews, auburnsports.com, going to join us here momentarily. Of course, not game week for the Tigers, but certainly gearing up for a trip to Waco, Texas to take on the Baylor Bears, which will actually be a week from this Friday night.
I forgot it was a Friday thing,
yeah.
But part of a big, long, glorious Labor Day weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's going to be awesome. Yesterday, just to recap a little bit, for those people who are still observing, see what happened at home yesterday for the Atlanta Braves. Sure, they got down 10-1 against the horrendous Chicago White Sox, who at that time were 34 games under 500. Chicago sprinted to a 10-1 lead heading to the bottom of the sixth. Braves got hot against the bullpen, but Chicago ends up winning at 13-9. Season high 13 runs, season high 19 hits. It was horrendous. The Braves lose.
Even if the Braves had come back and won that game, to give up 10 to start out, they were down 10-0
in five in the top of the sixth.
I mean, to give up 10 runs in 6 innings against that team,
it's a moral loss. But it was not only a moral loss, it was a physical loss. So for you people out, John's been telling you, hey, now don't count the Braves out.
I don't know.
The Braves are 13 games under 500 now, and the latest odds from Fangraphs, latest postseason odds, just to make the playoffs, just to get in the wild card. Technically, John is correct. There are 2 teams in the National League and 2 teams in the American League whose odds are 0.0%. In the American League, it's the Athletics and the White Sox. In the National League, it's the Nationals and the Rockies. Oh, and the Pirates. Pirates have 0%, according to this. The Braves and the Marlins, 0.1% chance. Not a 1% chance. Not 1 in 100. It's 1 in 1,000.
So I guess they got to just take that chance. Maybe they will beat the odds. Who knows? That's because I'm thinking, why even continue to play? But
can you just
we're out. Yeah, we're done.
That was the theme yesterday in that Netflix Any Given Saturday I watched that featured the upset Arkansas over Tennessee and Vanderbilt over Alabama. And the run-up of that Vanderbilt-Alabama game was Vandy's chances were 0.01%. So, what John's telling you still mathematically holds true.
Yep.
There is a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance.
0.1%.
It was kind of like 4th and 31. I think Alabama's chances were 0.01 of winning the game.
Something like that.
It can happen. Yeah. It certainly can happen. And I hate to bring that up, but since we're so giddy and happy and remembering the 2010 Auburn national title, I hate to bring that up and rain on the parade, but that was a very high percentage.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a very high percentage of that happening.
Yes.
I'm trying to get a visual, and Brian Matthews is going to join us here momentarily from over in Auburn with auburnsports.com.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a visual here. Jeff from Billingsley, who I understand now, Jeff lives in Prattville. He's moved to Prattville from Billingsley.
He will always be Jeff from Billingsley.
It's like Taco Greg. I mean, he went to go work at Party City, but he was still Taco Greg. Jeff babysitted Dre 21's son while Dre was in a computer lab in 2010. Wait a minute. Dre Kirkpatrick.
Wait.
Jeff from Billingsley the responsibility to babysit his son while Dre was in a computer lab in 2010.
So Jeff was in there in the computer lab in Tuscaloosa. Dre's walking through with his son. Let me see, Dre, maybe about 4, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees Jeff. And he says, hey, man, can you watch Junior for a little while I go do something else? All right. Yeah.
Did he pay you, Jeff? Did you just do it? Is that what do they call that, Barry? Some type of a benefit? I mean, it really, you're babysitting the kid's son. Did he pay you? Did you do it for free? I mean, that might be a violation.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Sounds kind of, but then again, that was 2010, where, according to John, everything was okay. Everything was fine back then. That was 15 years ago. Jeff said, yeah, he had a class. Yeah. So, well, why don't you bring him into class?
Yeah.
Instead of random guy in the computer lab. I don't know. That's a good story. No, I'm not.
Okay. Jeff, that's an interesting story. It's not every day that you babysit a current college football player's child. Not a lot of current football players have children. Some do.
I hope you passed the class.
Yeah. Did you ever babysit David Palmer's kids?
That was way too early. That was way too long ago. And maybe he gives them a volume discount. I don't know. It's yeah. So we'll take a break right here in anticipation.
Yeah, he's coming. He's just running a little late here. We're going to get Brian here in just a moment.
Yeah.
Man, Jeff's got him going today on the chat line. Jeff, it is so good to have you back. I tell you,
we have loved Jeff for so long. I'm a little bit miffed that he waited 10 years to drop that bomb 15 years to drop that bomb on us, because I knew he had taken some classes at the University of Alabama. But man, you got to tell us when it happens. Hey guys, I just babysat Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. or something like that. You got to give us some notice on that. That's a great story.
They're coming out of the woodwork, Barry. Now, if we can just get Danny from Margaritaville to pop in, wow,
that would be good. My buddy Jason Jones is riding his new Stivers Ford down to it's an EV, his new Stivers Ford truck down to Foley, where he has a business down there. He's probably checking us out. Yesterday went to Dixie Electric came to him and installed his EV charger at his house. He said came right on time, did exactly right, did me right. So he's heading down to Foley, and I told him to say hey to Danny, and take a picture of him in his smock behind the counter at Wawa. He said he would, so we'll get to that. Let's take a break. We'll see if we can get Brian Matthews to run up to the top of the hour when he gets with us from auburnsports.com. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Don't miss your chance to win big at Victoryland Casino. Play the latest, hottest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. Don't miss out on your free play. Stop by Player Rewards today and check out this month's exciting free play promotions. Come see why our players keep coming back. You'll have more fun at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're not buying sticks, stems, and pine cones. You're buying premium long-diddle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the River region, full of color that will last all season long. Kenny has locations in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn, and no order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. Pickup is available, or your order can be delivered. They can even spread your pine straw if you like. So call or text Kenny today, 669-5959. That's 669-5959 for all of your pine straw needs. All right, welcome back in, everybody. So glad you're with us. Brian Matthews, little technical issue. We're going to get to him ASAP. I got another bone to pick. Not that I had a bone to pick earlier today. That's not
another.
The case. I mean, yeah. I
don't count it as another. You've been.
Yeah. I just asking questions. I mean, hey, look, retiring Cam's number. I just wanted to get it straightened out. I just wanted to know what number it was. I think we've gotten that answered. So I'm good to go. Time to move on.
Not a mythical number.
Yeah. So this little series we talked about where there's number, from 100 down to 1. I guess they're writing stories about great moments in Alabama history.
All right.
And today it is number 11. 11 straight victories over LSU from 71 to 81. Barry,
okay.
I don't know when these people are going to wake up. When you want to spotlight the number 11,
yeah,
you don't talk about beating LSU 11 straight years or Tennessee, whatever, whomever it might be, Auburn. What about a story on Mike Shula? He wore number 11, drove the Tide down the field for the winning score in Athens on Labor Day night to open up the season. Did the same thing at Legion Field to set up Van Tiffin for a game-winning field goal. I mean, what's the deal with Mike Shula catching so much crud? I mean, give the guy some props. I don't get it.
I don't know. You bring up Mike Shula, and that's a good one. I'm thinking, was it David Smith or was it Gary Hollingsworth?
Hollingsworth
number 11. There were.
Hollingsworth,
that's
I believe,
right.
was 14.
That's right. That's
David
right.
Smith.
11 straight victories against LSU. That's the number that you come up with. I can't read it because you have to be a subscriber now to AL.com. No. But I do read the head from Craig Stevenson, and I like Craig a lot. He's one of the guys that I do like out there. But that's what you come up with, number 11?
Yeah. I mean, am I just going to have to start this grassroots petition to get Shula a little love? I mean, all I've wanted was a little, first time out in the first quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the south end zone as we recognize one of the greatest to play the game here at the Capstone, led the Crimson Tide to many come-from-behind victories. Went on to become the head coach for 3 years here at the Capstone. Let's give a big Crimson Tide welcome to one of our own, Mike Shula. But
Crickets.
Nobody's in, Barry. Nobody's in.
Crickets.
I don't get it.
That's a shame. I mean, that's obvious. I was trying to think if there's anything else or why they wouldn't.
I mean, look at Dennis Mitchell popping in, giving me some crap today. Look, Dennis, he had a tough road there. I mean, give the guy a break.
Yeah, Dennis Mitchell, this is what gets him out. Yeah. Mike Shula didn't get the job done as head coach. John, chill out, please. Chill out. Since
Look,
when?
Dennis, he had to take over for a guy that couldn't get out of a strip club, left his credit card at a hotel in Destiny, ordered room service for her and all of her friends. I mean, how you going to build off that? I mean, that's going to take you a little while.
Gosh, we're basically a history class today. Cam Newton getting his number retired. Mike Shula again from John. Brian Matthews, AuburnSports.com joins us here on the show. Brian, the history is just flying here on the program. I feel like I ought to be wearing one of those mortar boards and some robes and a blackboard in the background. How we doing?
I think every Auburn fan agrees with John that Mike Shula needs to come back and take control of this team, this program.
I don't get it.
They can find another offensive coordinator at South Carolina. I mean, that's not a big problem. Brian Matthews, AuburnSports.com. News of the day. I thought, not just BMAT's Monday musings at AuburnSports.com from yesterday. Scrimmage, yeah, we'll get to that and everything. Cam Newton getting his number retired after 15 years. There was some snarkiness on this program in response to all of that. I'm here to tell you.
We can't control the chat line, Brian. I just got to tell you.
Initial reaction, Brian.
I mean, you needed to do it if you're Auburn. He is one of the best players to ever put on the Auburn uniform, led Auburn to a national championship, did it surrounded by a team of veterans, but a team with not a lot of other NFL talented type players. Won the Heisman, won a national championship, first overall pick in the NFL. NFL was the
Rookie
MVP?
of the year, NFL MVP.
Yeah,
Super
checked all
Bowl.
the boxes. So it's great honor. I think he's excited for it. Seems like he really appreciates it. It means a lot to him, and that was an incredible season I got to cover. It's been 15 years now.
Man, 15 years.
I know.
Wow.
15 years of content for my co-host. Great.
Man, I can remember walking out at halftime 15 years ago, Brian, and telling some giddy Bama fans, hold on, boys, this game ain't over. I'm just telling you right now. This one ain't. Oh, yeah, it's over. Okay. I'll be looking for you after the game.
My goodness, number retired for that one as well. Let's talk a little bit about the scrimmage early over the weekend, this past weekend. What were you able to deduce were the high points or the low points?
Oh, well, I think the drop back passing was the low point. They did it 6 times in the scrimmage. All 6 times, quarterbacks were flushed out of the pocket and unable to, complete the play. But I think there were some positives offensively. Red zone, they were able to run the ball much better than they had. The RPO game worked really well. And, they had some guys making some plays. Cam Coleman caught a touchdown pass, I believe it was. Omar Mapson caught a touchdown pass. Damari Alston had some really good runs in there. So I think they felt good about certain aspects of the offense starting to come along now. Expected the defense to be ahead early on, and now you would expect the offense to start coming along, which is what we're seeing.
I heard Coach Freeze talk about he wouldn't hesitate at all if he needed to put Deuce Knight in the game. Do you see that happening?
I don't know why he says that, but I'm just going to take him at his word, and that's what he said. It's possible he could play 3 quarterbacks in the first game, so I guess they've got a plan for that. Doesn't make a lot of sense, and if I heard that, as a fan, I'd be very, very worried. So we'll see. That's never a good thing. If you have 3 quarterbacks, you don't have 1 or 2 quarterbacks, whatever it is. I'm a firm, not a firm believer, but I'm pretty much a believer in that category. So
from a confidence standpoint, I wonder how Jackson Arnold took that.
I don't know. It's a weird situation. What you want this time of year is you want a total belief in the quarterback that's been your number 1 guy since he arrived in the spring, and not a lot of chatter about the backups. And I think those guys have played well, right? And they've deserved an opportunity. But this is college football, and you need to ride with your number 1. Or this is football period. You need to ride with your number 1 and not goof around doing other things. So I think it's something to watch now. I just we got away from the play calling, and now we're into the 3 quarterbacks. So there seems to be something that wants to pop up every week.
Well, one of the things that's popped up was on Horrors, a video of him throwing his visor down at practice. He was angry at something, and you got to know that made the rounds in certain areas. So you got to.
That's only the millionth time something like that has happened at an Auburn practice or a practicer where I just don't read anything into that at all. That just happened to get caught on a video or whatever. But that's just him being a perfectionist and wanting his quarterback to make the right read on a play there, running down there at the end zone, which he didn't make the right read on that particular play. So that's just coaching. That's just part of it. I wouldn't read anything into that.
Yeah, I work with a guy who is thoroughly familiar with playing for coaches who lose their temper when a quarterback makes the wrong throw or something
Yeah.
like that. So that's not
You
a
ain't
thing.
kidding. Yeah.
We're originating this from Montgomery kid. Jeremiah Cobb evidently had a good scrimmage and has had a good couple of weeks at running back, right?
Yeah. Freeze has mentioned him several times before and during fall camp that he's going to have a breakout year. He said during yesterday's practice, he had a couple of explosive runs, Monday morning's practice. So, yeah, he's coming on. I think Damari Alston and Jeremiah Cobb are the clear number 1s and 2s, and I think Omar Mabson is really, had a really nice fall camp, the freshman, and is right there in the mix to step up. One of those guys, falters a little bit, or once he gets his opportunity. But I think it's Damari and Jeremiah Cobb there, 1-2.
Brian, do you get the sense that the players, the coaches, they're ready for a game to get here? I mean, are we get to the point in preseason camp where, whew, man, let's go. Let's tee it up and let's put on the game jerseys.
I think we're almost there. Auburn is still up through yesterday. I think today is still going to do good on good, 1s versus 1s, which is a little bit surprising to me. Usually they back up about this time, but that's coming. And I think once you reach that period in your fall camp when you split up into scout teams and you start preparing for the team, then you really get into, hey, let's just get here, let's start playing some football. So I think Auburn's almost there.
Is there a commonality in some of the suspensions we've seen? Antonio Coleman is the latest unspecified violations. He's the second guy that's currently on suspension, and both of them are freshmen. Is there a common theme to all of those?
No, Antonio Coleman is a young man that had some maturity issues coming out of high school. We knew it would be a process for him, to sort of grow up on and off the field. So I'm not surprised that he's having some bumps in the road. And we'll just see. He was certainly going to redshirt, was not going to be part of the rotation. And sometimes kids like this, today's transfer world, they'll be gone after, before a year. So we'll see if Coleman can learn something from this and stick around and get better, or if he moves on and finds another place where he can grow, and possibly become potentially the football player he can become.
Brian, in following recruiting, and this isn't always the case. I mean, there's always a few, you hear stories like this, but with the way these guys are put up on a pedestal and they come through junior high and high school is the greatest thing to ever put on a helmet. And then these coaches are flocking all over them. I got to believe it's a dose of reality when they finally get on campus and they go, wait a minute, these guys aren't kissing my ass anymore. And they're not telling me how great I am. And this guy across the line of scrimmage is killing me. It wasn't like this growing up. I would think that having the reality and the real world hitting you squarely in the face for some of these kids is kind of tough to take.
It is. It's not as much like that as it used to be. Coleman comes from a really good program in Saraland. And some of these high school programs now, they're run like colleges, right? So they should be used to this type of, discipline and such. But some kids, they're just at a place in their life for whatever reason. Maybe it's because of the family and the way they grew up. Maybe it's just them, they just need more time to get there. And he certainly needs more time to figure things out and, be a guy that's all in and that's focused on school and football and not other things.
We know you're busy. I got one more question. Tell us a little bit more about Brian Womack. He's got a commitment coming up in a couple of days. What's his story?
5-star safety, Mississippi. Auburn's starting to pick things up in recruiting. And then he's sort of the next big target. He's announcing 2 more days. That'll be on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And down to, I think, Florida, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Auburn. I think a lot of the experts in the industry, including Jeffrey Lee, our own, feel like Auburn is a team to beat there. So that's one to watch. Auburn has moved up all the way from, I think, 71st maybe or 74th after the Daenerys Gray decommitment back on July 1st, all the way up to 37th now. Last time I checked, and they can move into the top 25, I think, with a 5-star. We'll see how far up they can go.
Oh, man.
That.
Yeah, no, folks will be checking that out, and they can find out that information when it happens at auburnsports.com. We had somebody on the chat line wanted you to talk up Uncle Keith, so I don't want to forget about that. But as you tell us about Uncle Keith, tell us about how all our viewers and listeners can be on top of everything happening with Auburn athletics, whether it's recruiting, football, basketball, you name it, you guys are on top of it.
Yeah, and I also got to drop a little hint for John. There may be something coming that excites you so much that you want to have me back on here sometime in the next few days.
Oh, hey,
so I don't want to say anything.
Man performance?
Wait a minute.
I don't want to say anything, but just stay tuned.
Yeah.
And then,
Nice.
give Uncle Keith's a try. Delicious, homegrown right here in the state of Alabama, red sauce, Publix Piggly Wiggly. Renfro's, it's delicious. You can try me on social media. Find us at auburnsports.com, and I'm at bmatau. We will have plenty of coverage today of open practice and talking to some players, and of course rolling here to the start of the season here this weekend, week 0, and then of course Auburn a week from Friday.
There we go.
Well, just keep your phone handy, Brian, because when the news drops, I'll be texting you. You got me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is prime John Longshore territory. This is going to give you content for the next month easily.
Cannot wait.
Look forward to it, Brian. Thanks a bunch.
All right, y'all take care.
I'm my man, Brian Matthews, auburnsports.com. I'm not going to jinx it, Bear. I'm thinking of what it could be. I got a couple ideas, but I'm not saying anything.
Well,
do not want to jinx it. Man, I'm excited about that.
I will say this. And Brian, we love him, auburnsports.com. It is a great website. This is just in from our friend Jason Caldwell, who we'll have on Thursday at auburnundercover.com, 24/7 sports. He posted this within the hour, and the headline reads, Auburn to recognize 7 additional national championships.
Yeah. Hey, Philip's writing about it as well.
AuburnUndercover.com has learned that Auburn will recognize 9 total championships that were awarded by various polls and services, adding 7 titles to the Auburn record books. Quote, like other schools have done in the past, Auburn will now rightfully claim the titles that were won. When contacted for a statement, Auburn AD John Cohen sent this statement on Auburn's change to recognize these titles. Here's his statement, quote, for too long, Auburn has chosen a humble approach to our program's storied history, choosing to recognize only Associated Press national championships. Starting this fall, we have made the decision to honor the accomplishments of our deserving student athletes, coaches, and teams from Auburn's proud history. Our visible national championship recognitions will now align with the well-established standard used by the NCAA's official record book and our peers across the nation.
Across the where? Across
nation.
Nation.
Yeah.
Nation.
In addition to 1957 and 2010, Auburn will recognize 1910, 1913, 1914, 1958, 1983, 1993, and 2004 teams as national champions.
I mean, could they not dig up any other ones? I mean, why stop there? I mean, I've never had a problem with this. If that's what they want to do, go for it. I mean, I think the
John's been calling for it.
Yeah, I mean, I know the rest of the college football world knows what happened, but if they feel good in their own little world doing that, I mean, let me rub them on the top of the head and say, go for it. Why not?
Good for you.
Good for you.
Listen to John.
I mean, so are they going to paint the national titles there at Jordan-Hare? Will that be done by who do they open up with? Let me check my schedule here real quick. Ball State. So will they have all the updated natties on the stadium by then? I mean, those guys better get busy.
Tuberville now has a national championship. You're right, Daniel. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So we're into our second hour. Standing by, Travis Ryer.
Yes.
Ryer on YouTube. Good morning, Travis. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing really, really well. What's the reaction? What's the intel post Alabama scrimmage number 2 last weekend?
Well, obviously, the big news involves Jam Miller, the veteran running back, going out with the injury, going to be out for an extended period of time, and the effect that's going to have on that specific position. You've got some talented options there. You've got some guys that have played some football. You got a couple of guys that have been around for a while, but largely unproven. And I think that certainly had some intrigue to that season opener against Florida State to see exactly who the first back is out there, because it feels like it's been some Richard Young beyond Jam Miller. It's been some Daniel Hill. Dre Washington, the transfer that they brought in, brings some pop, I'd say, to that position in terms of playmaking ability. So, it was going to be a multiple back situation regardless, but there was definitely a sense of comfort in knowing that Jam Miller had the experience that he has and the trust that he has built in terms of not only what he can do with the ball in his hands, but when he needs to pick up an A-gap blitz or there's some exotic looks thrown at Alabama in pass protection, and the back's got to be able to make reads in that regard and then execute pass protection. So I think those are probably the bigger things, and more than anything, you just hate it for Jam. I mean, he gets to this point ready to go, but it's not that uncommon, unfortunately, in the preseason, especially with running backs. We saw it with backs at Texas and Texas A&M a year ago about this time. I see where Texas Tech just lost their top back, the USC transfer. So you just try to survive the preseason, but it's also why you can never have enough capable backs. Even if you're not in a running back-centric system, the likelihood is you're going to go through a few of these guys.
Travis Ryer on YouTube, Talking Tide, here with us on this Tuesday. Travis, reports are just guesstimating that Jam Miller could be back possibly for the Georgia game in late September. I'm no doctor, but people we've talked to say that's certainly, a timetable that maybe he could play that out. Until that happens, there again, talk about the guys behind him. They don't have the experience, maybe can't pick up the blocks as well. But I guess from a second, third, and fourth team player behind Jam, what can you tell us about the guys that'll be toting the mail until he gets back on the field?
Yeah, even with Jam, I thought it was a pretty complimentary group, different skill sets, physical attributes that you had with really 4 or 5 of those guys. So I still think that's in play because Richard Young possesses those physical attributes that typically you see in a 3-down back. With the size and also the power and enough dynamic ability. Daniel Hill's a big back. He's 240 pounds, so you think he's going to be sturdy. It may be more of a situational approach, right? I mean, you could have your guy you see as a 2 or 3 down back, but then you could have your short yardage, red zone, pass protection guy that you lean more on, and then kind of the wild card in all this is Dre, the transfer, and he is a 6 yards per carry guy for his career.
I remember him
previously at Louisiana Lafayette.
Yeah.
Jam, for all of his attributes, Jam was sub 5 yards per carry. There was more to it with him than just yards per carry. But so again, you have a nice mix still. What you don't need is another injury or two. Yeah. And then you're kind of like Texas last year, which it worked out because Trey Wisner went on to flourish with Baxter out for Texas a year ago, and now you get Wisner back, and you got Baxter coming back from injury. So short term, it worked out for Texas. Big picture, it looks like it has as well.
Have you been able to deduce that in that scrimmage over the weekend that the defense kind of had the upper hand?
It sort of sounded that way. A common refrain from Kalen this preseason has been good give and take, which is typically exactly what you want to hear coming out of scrimmages. So it sounds like from the start, though, maybe the defense was more about what you would expect them to be, given the returning experience on that side of the ball. And then also, even without James Smith on that defensive front, there are guys that should be kind of like the running back position. It's like you have a guy go down at D tackle right now. There's enough guys that have been in this program multiple years now that they should be ready to go, kind of like Richard Young. You know, it's kind of that deal for him, I think, with Jam out right now. This is the crossroads sort of point, you would think, for him a little bit. But, yeah, I think the defense, you continue to hear solid things. You know, give the offense credit. They continue to obviously take care of the football. I know Kane's going to want more takeaways than what they've had of late. But, you know, look, if you're getting off the field on third down, that's big too. So you'd like both, but if they can improve as a third down defense, I think that'll go a long way as well.
Travis, if the season plays out and everybody stays healthy at the quarterback position, could you see Keelan Russell being redshirted?
I don't think so. I think he's going to play some way, somehow. And, you know, I think part of the concern, especially these days, is engagement with these guys from the outset, right? Keeping them tuned in, keeping them in a position where they go into week to week. They might be a scout team guy, but there's still the possibility that, you know, they could have their number called. So, you know, it's going to be a situation with that two job, I think, that kind of carries on into the season and really throughout the season. And I think the days of A.J. McCarron really ascending to the number two job as a true freshman, but still redshirting, I don't know if we're still there. So, you know, look, maybe that's a scenario that Keelan would be fine with if it comes down to it. You know, and you do have the threshold for games that you can still play in and redshirt. But I think I just get the sense that somehow, some way, we're going to see him this season. How much, I don't. I think that depends on Ty. You know, I think Ty sort of holds the key to a lot of things, and usage for Keelan Russell is right there at the top.
Well, let me ask you about a couple of guys, and I've got several things to hit on. Our buddy Jeff on the chat line wants you to ask about freshman defensive back Dijon Lee. I also had somebody tell me that there's a redshirt guy named Noah Carter who is really looking good, and my first response was, who in the world is Noah Carter?
Yeah, he was an addition to that first class for Kalen. You know, a guy from out west, and looked like he was going to go to Washington with Kalen DeBoer and the staff, and then was diverted to Tuscaloosa. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see. I've said it all preseason. Where's the twitch? Where's the playmaking ability to go with Quay Rusal at that Wolf position? You need more than one. And, you know, if you get into some situational third and long and you want to get pass rushers on the field, typically you like to have a couple of guys that are edge types that you can incorporate into that. So that's been positive to hear. Dijon Lee is a unicorn of sorts at the corner position because he's 6'3", 6'4". Your first thought when you hear that about a corner is, well, how long will it take for them to move him to safety?
Right.
Which is what they did last year with Zay Mincy, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case here with Lee. And I think he's pushing at that corner position, even with Zabian Brown back, Damani Jackson being a veteran. And Kane Womack has said it. If he's comfortable with multiple starter types in the secondary, he'll play them. You know, he'll rotate a group. So based on what you hear and what, you know, continues to be the buzz coming out of scrimmage number 2, early on against Florida State, I will not be surprised to see Lee roll in there. Or who knows how that game could even start. But if you're a top 3 guy for Kane Womack at just about any position, there's a good chance you're going to see the field pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I know we're going to dive into this a lot deeper next week with it being game week. And not from a gambling standpoint, but just from a feel standpoint. Is Alabama a double-digit team better than Florida State? Should they be a double-digit favorite?
Man, with the way Florida State revamps that roster on an annual basis, it's hard to say. And then with Gus in there now doing the offensive stuff, you know, I'm sure Florida State's hoping for kind of that Ohio State Chip Kelly return, right, with Gus. Similar situation. Chip Kelly leaves UCLA for a coordinator job. Gus leaves UCF for a coordinator job. I think Alabama is a very talented team. I think just on paper, looking at the two rosters, I would definitely give the edge to Alabama. But, you know, Gus knows how to get an offense ready, and Castellanos is probably the biggest wild card.
Yeah.
You know, if that guy comes out and does a little Manziel sort of impersonation, and, you know, Alabama struggles to kind of, you know, get its legs under them, especially against tempo from the start of the season, it could be very interesting. I'm not going into that game, at least right now, and thinking Alabama is going to win this thing by 2.5, 3 scores. I think ultimately Alabama could win it by double digits, but I would just say I'm totally anticipating a 4-quarter game.
Let me get your moral to the story on this. Michigan wins the national championship a couple of years ago. You know, the sign-stealing allegations and the suspensions of coaches and all that kind of stuff notwithstanding. Well, the NCAA comes out. Why in the world the NCAA levied a $50,000 penalty? I mean, that's like, you know, give me a couple of pennies. But they got to give, I mean, the head coach gets a 3-game suspension. It's like Central Michigan and Western Michigan. 10% of the program's budget. The whole thing may cost Michigan around $30 million through the several years of this. But they win a natty because of it. Travis, what's the takeaway from all of this? Because I would suspect there's some Michigan alums who'd say, done. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Where do I write the check?
Oh, I think they're on record as already publicly some of those
Woo-woo.
folks having stated that. No problem. And yeah, I mean, it's not your dad's NCAA or maybe your grandfather's NCAA in some instances. It's amazing now, isn't it, to think how programs and athletic departments would just hand themselves over. And the NCAA back in the day really didn't have to do much work. You know, you got us. Here it is. Have mercy on us. You know, take. You know, don't shut us down, SMU style.
Yeah.
In the 80s, and once it seems like schools and student athletes and programs figured out, hey, we can sue the NCAA and probably have a pretty good chance to win. They took the approach of picks or it didn't happen, basically. You know, we're not giving you anything. You know, video or it didn't happen. And, you know, I think even recently, the John Mateer thing at Oklahoma.
Right.
He did exactly what he should have done. No, I know it says right on the Venmo transaction, sports gambling.
Yes.
But no, I was just kidding around. Just joking, guys.
Come on. Like
yeah,
that,
and essentially, come prove it. You know, or you know, we're gonna have a legal fight. So it's a very toothless enforcement situation these days, relative to what it used to be. I mean, it was, you were getting pounded, and with the TV money and everything else being what it is. You know, the bans, especially for the Michigans, and those things are long gone, you know.
Speaking of TV money, we're at week 0, August the 23rd. We're kicking off, 5 or 6 games I'm noticing. I know there's others as well in some other divisions. It looks like we're going to, you know, well, if the Big Ten has their way, we're going to have 28 teams in the playoff, but I don't think that's going to happen. But do you see a day soon where everybody's playing on week 0, so to speak, around the 20th of August to make the schedule fit?
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to have to.
Yeah, I don't see how they're not going to do it without going to what we call week 0 now. You know, if you go to 16 or add a week or 2 to the playoff, or maybe you wouldn't even have to with 16, but yeah, I don't know how we're not headed that way. And people want it, man.
Yeah.
People are sitting around right now going, yeah, it's great. We got a limited sample size coming up this weekend. Why not just put everybody out there this weekend? I mean, I hate it for my Hawaii Rainbow Warriors because they've kind of feasted on this standalone week. You know, they've been that 0 week. They're team 0 week. Week 0 because, you know, the rules, and if you go to Hawaii and you get the extra game and those type of things, My guys get Stanford on Saturday.
That's right.
So go Bows. We'll be
at
intently watching that one. Yeah.
Hey, they're a home favorite as well. They're a favorite.
I'll tell you what, man. Timmy Chang, he's got him a little quarterback from Las Vegas.
Nice. All right.
Got some Tua to him a little bit. He's about 5'9", 5'10", left-handed.
You know,
this guy can throw it around, and that offense is, it's still got some June Jones to it.
Well, this is pretty good, Travis, because I don't have to stay up till 11:30 at night to watch this game. This is a 6:30 kick on the Rock.
Well, it's good unless your early bets go down the drain. The thing you used to be able to count on with Hawaii at midnight, late night with the Bows.
Yeah,
you could double up the catch up with the Bows.
Right.
Or not.
Exactly right.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah.
Or going to that NFL Sunday, just little bighorn.
We were talking about Timmy Chang, and I was asking John about him. He said he was great with Cheech Marin, especially. No, different guy, John, different guy.
Hey, man, I love me some Timmy Chang. Yeah.
Oh man, what a player.
Yeah.
Before we let you go,
too. Great guy, good coach, just great. You want to pull for him, trust me.
There we go. Good enough for me.
To hear that. Hey, I wanted to ask you one quick thing before we let you go. Your thoughts about what Tony Petitti proposed? I mean, is that realistic?
Sometimes I wonder if it's just to throw everybody into more of a loop. Okay, well, we can't get aligned on format for 16. Well, let's just go 26, 28. I mean, no, it really doesn't to me. And I really wouldn't like to see it, to be honest with you. But I don't really know what to think of that. It's just, it reeks of almost, let's go really over the top and see if we can get this thing back to more, maybe if we go this over the top, we'll get what we really want.
Right.
What we're proposing, and it'll help bring it back towards what we're aiming for as a conference.
I think that's a very appropriate comment. By the way, your buddy Chase Goodbread, good sit down with Greg Byrne at TuscaloosaNews.com. When are you guys getting together again on camera?
We're supposed to tonight. So 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Ryder on YouTube. We'll have Talking Tide. We're going to do our best and worst fall camp, because really fall camp's over. I know people, they'll equate the preseason to fall camp, but once they go back to school, you're on that clock, and so it's not camp. It's more preseason practice, if that makes any sense. But we'll hopefully get together tonight, and 9 Eastern, 8 Central on Ryder on YouTube, and chop it up with Chase.
Hey, I know it was just a preseason game, but I mean, a 17-17 tie to the Saints, who might not win a game this season, the way they're looking. Ooh.
But the ones for the Jags handled the Saints like they should have.
Yeah.
It was a 17-3 game when those guys pretty much came out, and the Jags had a snafu in the red zone. It could have been 24-3. But I hear you.
Yeah.
I think it was encouraging for the most part, though. In terms of the guys that are actually going to make your football team, the operation of the offense by Trevor Lawrence was really smooth and clean, other than his getting his foot stepped on and fumbling there inside the red zone. But I mean, we'll see. The Saints, though. I mean, it felt like I was watching a continuation of the UFL season, watching them on Sunday.
Oh, no.
They're UFL
hey, we're in the Arch Manning sweepstakes, fellas. This could be 2 years of some really bad football down in New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, they don't give you credit for tanking in 2025 when you really need to do it in 2026, because that's when he's actually going to be coming out.
Yeah.
It's not a cumulative 2-year thing where they go, well, this team went 2-32 for 2 years, so if they get the pick.
This is not the year for the March for Arch, that's for sure.
As a Jags fan, it's fun to poke at some other teams every once in a while.
Vanderbilt fans are the same way. Appreciate you, Travis. Thanks.
Great stuff.
All right.
Thank you,
guys.
buddy. Yes, Travis Ryer on YouTube, Talking Tide. Check him out tonight on Ryer on YouTube with Chase Goodbread talking some Bama football. That should be some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're the March for Arch. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah.
When we come back, lots more still to come on the program. Other news. Auburn claiming new national championships.
Yeah, I want to dive into that, Barry. We're going to get through the Phantom's dog real quick, and then I want to talk about this little shenanigan that popped up at the top of the hour.
Coming up in just a moment. We are 24 minutes into our second live hour. He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Located just 8 miles north of Alabama's state capital, Capitol Hill features 3 18-hole championship courses. With more than 1,500 acres of golf and nature, the pure magnitude of this facility is amazing and allows each course to be drastically different from the others. Capitol Hill also features an innovative 360-degree driving range, 400 yards in diameter. Capitol Hill offers a fully stocked pro shop with the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill for tee times and more information.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Phoenix Physical Therapy is ready to help patients recover, recharge, and rise. They develop a customized therapy plan for each patient to get them back to enjoying their favorite activities. Their experienced team is committed to providing exceptional care in a professional environment. Whether you're looking to prevent or treat an injury, recover from a recent illness, or recuperate from surgery, schedule an appointment with our clinic and take advantage of our physical therapy, athletic training, workers' comp, and employer solutions service. Experience elevated physical therapy today. Call Phoenix Physical Therapy at 239-9316. That's 239-9316.
All righty, back at it here, about 26 minutes past the hour. 28 minutes with Travis? No. Come on.
No, we got through. Remember, he started a little bit later because we backed up Brian Matthews about 2 or 3 minutes. So that was a solid 21.
Yes.
A solid 21 with Travis, which, that's not Rodney-esque, but that's still about standard.
Hey, I think Jeff liked it. Jeff's okay with it. Of course, Robbie from Greenville says enough Auburn talk. We need to talk Troy.
Yep. And we sure can. Yep. But I love it when Robbie says, why are we talking so much Auburn? We need to talk more Troy. I love talking Troy. Obviously, I do. I get it, But the reason why we were is because we had an Auburn guest on.
Yeah.
Robbie. I mean, we're not going to get Brian Matthews on and say, hey, what do you think about Huntington? Huh? What about, it's just not going to be a thing. So
all right.
You got to understand the circumstances.
Barry, we're on a little losing streak. Just going to come out and say it. Not going to hide from it. Right. Last 2 picks have been kind of tough. Last night was one of them. The Redskins and the Bengals in the nation's capital. People feeling safe. Got the National Guard up there. My oldest daughter lives in D.C. I'm all for it. Looking great. Going to be up there in about, let me check my calendar, about 2 months, actually. So looking forward to seeing the National Guard up there in the nation's capital. But
now, everybody is saying, all right, John, come on.
Yeah.
Spit it out.
Come on, do it. The National Guard did not help the home team last night as they were catching 4.5. Had it tied up at one time, Barry. Got that going for us.
21-21 at halftime. And that was it.
But the Bengals went on to win the game and cover the spread, and we took it on the chin. So, Barry, we're going back to baseball tonight.
No, it was 21-14. No, 28-14 at halftime. My mistake.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was 14-14 at one time.
It was. Yeah, that's what I.
But I'm over that. I'm moving on. Don't even want to talk about it anymore. We're moving on.
Right.
We're moving on. We're talking about today. And Barry, we're going to Major League Baseball, but you got to pay close attention. Close attention here, Barry. This is a rarity in Major League Baseball. So I want you to pay close attention. We are going to a game that will be played at Chicago's Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
But not the game that's starting at 1:20.
It's a twilight doubleheader. There's a 1:20 game and there's a 7:05 game.
Correct.
What gives?
That I can't tell you.
Me neither.
I do not know. But, Barry, we're going with the twilight game, the second of two today, which will first pitch is at 7:05. Now, if you want to, you can watch the first game on the Major League Baseball Network at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
1:20, actually. But we're talking about game two, 7:05, where the Chicago – Barry, in the game, this at 1:20 –
yeah.
Chicago is minus 145. They're the favorite in the game at 1:20. The game at 7:05.
Yeah.
They're even against the Brewers.
What's going to happen between 1:20 and 7:05?
You're going to have to tell me. Must be the pitching.
John's question about Alabama. What's going to be different between 2024 and 2025?
Yeah.
What's changing? Well, what's going to change in 4 hours?
That's a good question.
Between the end of the first game and the beginning of the second.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So we're taking the home team at even. The Chicago Cubs hosting the Milwaukee Brewers. These teams, of course, are in the same division
Brewers have
of the
best
National
record.
League.
Yep, first and second.
But the Cubs are right behind them, Barry. They can't be messing around. They got to make hay while they have the opportunity against the leaders in that division. Could they go for the sweep today? Well, that'd be okay. But we're really interested in that last game, that twilight. That's where we're going with. Take the Chicago Cubs even against the Brewers in game two of their two-game matchup today.
All right, there you go. That is the Phantoms' daily dog. And got to get back on a win streak here.
Yeah, we do.
With that.
I got to admit, when Brian Matthews kind of teased me with some big news coming out and the way he presented it, I got to admit, Barry, my first thought was, finally, Auburn's going to do something with those uniforms. Maybe a navy blue helmet, an orange something here.
I'm just guessing that that's what Brian was talking about because we're not greedy here on the program. We take things as they come.
Yep.
We are taking it. I am taking it just as a matter of course that what Brian was talking about was a release from the Auburn Athletic Director, John Cohen, announcing that Auburn University will now add 7 additional national championships, bringing the total number of championships at Auburn to 9. 9 times.
Yeah.
9. It could be something else. I mean, again, we're not greedy, but I'm just here to tell you with this news, and if Brian says within 24 hours there's something that's going to really get John going, if Auburn signs a home and away with Notre Dame, I don't know that John's not going to have to get on the program tomorrow or the next day with a paper bag having to breathe into it from hyperventilating.
Well, I'm pretty certain Notre Dame's not the.
Well, I'm just
not going to happen. I don't think the uniforms are changing, so I do think this is what Brian was talking about. But my first question, Barry, is if Alabama had not done this 40 years ago, would Auburn be doing it today?
Again, the statement from AD John Cohen.
Yeah, here we go.
Our visible national championship recognitions, and by visible, he means on the stadium, flags, letterhead, the whole deal. Quote, our visible national championship recognitions now align with the well-established standard used by the NCAA's official record book and our peers, plural, our peers across the nation. Other people have been doing it. Auburn has taken what John Cohen has termed as the humble approach to their program's storied history, only recognizing AP national championships. The championships that Auburn will now recognize in accordance with the peers across the nation and the NCAA's official record book are things like the 1914 national championship. That's 111 years ago, if you're keeping score, by James Howell's computer rating system.
Who? Thurston Howell?
No, James Howell's computer rating system.
Is he related to Dunkel and
Litgenhouse?
Litgenhouse, yeah.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. If you think about it and you look at it critically, James Howell's computer rating system awards a championship to Auburn in 1914. Boys and girls, there were no computers in 1914. Well, this is James Howell, who's probably living in a dorm somewhere. That has a computer rating system, and he says, 111 years ago, Auburn should have won a national championship.
Hey, look,
that year, Auburn played 3 games at Auburn, 2 games at Rickwood Field.
Yeah.
1 game at Grant Field. So
I'm not trying to get cute and funny and needle and joking around here. I've said it. Look, if they want to recognize them, knock yourself out. Go for it. I don't know, big deal. Yeah, sure. Put it on the letterhead, paint it on the side of Jordan-Hare. It's a great promotional opportunity. But where did all this originate from?
I know where the whole thing originated from Wayne Atchison, the Alabama Sports Information Director. Now, if John's point is that they're just following Alabama's lead in doing that, Wayne Atchison did it.
Call it what you will.
41 years ago. So if they were going to do it because Wayne Atchison at Alabama did it, why did they wait 41 years to do it?
Well, that's a good question.
Because they're humble.
They've been talking about it for probably 20 years. So I don't know what took them so long to finally pull the trigger and say, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I've been telling them to do it for 20 years.
Yep.
So finally they got around to doing it. But there again, if Wayne Atchison had never done that, do you think somebody over at Auburn would have said, you know what? We need to recognize these national champions? No. They're doing it because somebody in Tuscaloosa did it, and they said, dadgummit, we're going to recognize ours as well. It just took us 40 years to figure it out.
Those guys are all dead.
My second question.
Yeah, okay. I disagree vehemently, but
are Auburn fans excited about this?
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to go, you know what? Woo! 40 years after the fact, and man, I'm so glad they finally recognize that. They don't remember those teams, don't know anything about them.
1911, of course they don't. I mean, 1914, of course they don't.
I'm not sure many of them know about 1993.
93, 11-0, 8-0 in the SEC.
Yeah.
They were ineligible for postseason play. The National Championship Foundation recognized Auburn as its national championship that year. 1993, Auburn was the only undefeated power program in the country that year. Jason points out Oklahoma was on probation in 1974 and was ineligible for postseason play, and they got the AP title that year.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've got that. You've got 83, Billingsley and the New York Times.
Whoa, wait a minute. The Billingsley Gazette?
I don't think Billingsley was like some ranking. The Billingsley, like the top 25. The retroactive James Howell computer rating system, 1914. That was a really good team, they tell me. Okay. 2004.
Okay.
They were named national championship national champions by several independent services. That was the year that Auburn was 13-0, left out of the title game because USC played Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl and won.
Yeah.
USC was stripped of its title 7 years later. Officially, there is no national champion in 2004.
All right, so are they going to go get some trophies and put it in the football museum and have all these display cases with these? How many additional? How many is it now?
Seven additional, 9 total.
Yeah, 7. So they're going to be these display cases with 7 new trophies and a description and a write-up of who awarded Auburn these national titles. Or are they just going to just say they've done it and paint it up? Or as my brother-in-law said, that's what the new Jumbotron's for. They're going to put the years
You got
on the
that right. It's going to be on the Jumbotron. It's going to be somewhere on the stadium. It's going to be everywhere in the recruiting lounge and stuff.
Yeah.
And, John, the next time that you go into the Loveless Museum on the Auburn campus, and you're going to see something about that. That time that you and I went there, and I said, and John said, hey, where is it? I said, it's the second door on the left. And John went in there. He said, that's actually better than I thought it was. I said, John, that's a men's room.
That did actually happen.
Yeah.
That is a true story.
So you're going to see that. You're going to see many references in the Auburn Museum of the 1911, the 1910. I'm sorry, it was 1910, 1913, 1914, back-to-back champions.
Barry, it's been a while since I've been in that Auburn Museum. This will give me a reason to go back to see the new trophies, to see the display cases, to see the videos and the black and white pictures of the players that made those national championship teams a reality.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, Barry, I mean, the next 7 home games, they can get these teams. Well, some of these players probably aren't alive from some of those older national champions, but they need to recognize them at halftime. Walk them out on the field. Have a big, celebration to let the fans know who the players were for these new national championship teams that they recognize this morning.
And they are also going to have the internal intrinsic satisfaction of knowing that it is getting under the Bama fans' skin. At TighterInsider.com, Cool K says Auburn officially to recognize 9 national. Can I go over some of the responses?
Yes, let me hear. Yes.
Sad and embarrassing. They are truly an embarrassment. What else should be expected from a school that's going to retire a jersey of a quarterback who was there for 1 year?
6 months.
Yeah. Surprised they don't try to slip the 2019 basketball in them.
Now, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, that official made a horrendous call.
Bama HSV says, I am glad I am old enough to tell them they won nothing in 1983, 1993, and 2004. So officially, Bama HSV is not going to recognize those.
So, Barry, you're telling me it took Wayne Atchison, an Alabama man, to get Auburn to recognize their football national championship.
I don't think that's why he did it. And again, it was 41 years ago, so it's not as though he opened up any floodgates or anything like that. He just looked around and he said, Helms? Really, there's a Helms? National? Yeah. Litkenhouse?
I mean, can I get a dose
He did some research, and he said, by gosh, we're going to claim him. It's that Longshore-ism of where, hey, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And if I can't do it, then somebody can tell me later. John is a big believer in asking forgiveness later instead of asking permission ahead of time.
But I still ask the question. I'm going to ask the question I started this out with. Does this even happen? If Wayne Atchison didn't do that 40 years ago, is that what has been eating at Auburn people for so long? Man, these Bama folks claim 18 national championships. 6 of them are worthless. I mean, what's going on here? And then finally they went, we're going to claim ours too.
Quote, our visible national championship recognitions now align with the well-established standard used by the NCAA's official record book and our peers across the nation. So USC has a couple of sketchy ones, you know.
I don't want to use the word sketchy because we're opening up a whole different can of worms there. But if as this release states, and somebody in the journalism department over at Auburn did an outstanding job with this release, I will say that.
It was nice.
So does this solidify and make Alabama's 18 national titles more legit? Since it's, an NCAA recognition?
I mean, you're still going to have people say something about it. I don't know who evidently that 1914 national championship that they're going to claim was retroactively awarded by James Howell's computer rating system. I don't know if he's with Bell and Howell, but obviously there weren't computers in 1914. So this was a while later.
Oh, yeah.
Gern, let's see if we can find James Howell. If he's still around. I mean, he may be a kid. He may be a college sophomore at MIT and sitting in his dorm room right now. I don't
know who's up there in the research department in Tuscaloosa, but I'd be digging around to see if there was anybody out there in 1966 that recognized Alabama as a national title, because we all know they got screwed out of that one.
Well, and Auburn got screwed out of 04 and maybe 1993. Who knows?
Yeah, that's my point. They're recognizing them. They found somebody. The Billingsley Gazette. Was that what you said?
No, you said Billingsley Gazette. Billingsley actually had national championship rankings and stuff every year. I mean, top 20 rankings every year.
Oh, yeah.
Every week. So, I mean,
yeah.
Whatever. I don't know Billingsley from Barbara Billingsley from Leave It to Beaver, but that's what it was. Let's take a break.
Wait a minute. She was an airplane. What are you talking about?
Well, that was her first reference. Well, when we come back after this break, it's our Gern Jr. Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel coming up with Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
At Dixie Overhead Door, we specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Bush. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Located just 8 miles north of Alabama's state capital, Capitol Hill features 3 18-hole championship courses. With more than 1,500 acres of golf and nature, the pure magnitude of this facility is amazing and allows each course to be drastically different from the others. Capitol Hill also features an innovative 360-degree driving range, 400 yards in diameter. Capitol Hill offers a fully stocked pro shop with the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill for tee times and more information.
Don't miss your chance to win big at Victoryland Casino. Play the latest, hottest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. Don't miss out on your free play. Stop by Player Rewards today and check out this month's exciting free play promotions. Come see why our players keep coming back. You'll have more fun at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
According to some reports out there, the Justin Hokanson, some other people who cover Auburn, Signage recognizing the national titles at Auburn, the 7 new ones, are going to start going up inside and around Jordan-Hare Stadium today. They are getting it going. This is an orchestrated onslaught. Yesterday, Cam Newton, number retired. Today, 7 new national championships. They've already evidently got the signage already done. I mean, somebody's already done it, lettered it, framed it. And that stuff is going to go in and around Jordan-Hare Stadium today. So if you're planning on heading to Jordan-Hare or heading to Auburn for something, you may want to go by there, because all of a sudden, your school's got 9 national championships as of this morning. Go check it out. They're going to start bringing it up today. That is awesome. John will be joining us in just a moment or two. We knew we had a scheduled outage here at this point of the show. We do have time for our Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel, presented by Victoryland 777 Casino, exit 22 off I-85 in Shorter, Alabama, where you can be a winner too. This is totally new to me. Don't know what these are. We will try to hit them up, and just off the top of our heads, our reaction. Here we go. We got 6, and we got time to get it done. Let's go through 6. First is called Out of Whack. Now, whack is spelled with an H here, so this is not like rapper. Oh, yeah. This was in Cincinnati. Cincinnati Open. Yannick Sinner against Carlos Alcaraz, the 2 best players. Sinner was leading. Alcaraz is really, really good. He's my favorite out there. Sinner is, they've been basically trading back and forth majors and stuff. Well, Sinner's not 100%. He is, it's not like an injury. He's ill, but he came out there and it was 5-love early on. I mean, it was 5-0, and Sinner just said, I can't go. So Alcaraz wins it in what they call a walkover, and he wins the Cincinnati Open on the professional tennis tour.
How about that? The Cincinnati Open.
Yeah. Yannick Sinner apologized to the fans, but he was about to blow chunks. He was about to hurl all of those things you saw in Wayne's World. So, yeah, there you go.
Must have gone to a Mexican place the night before. All
right, here we go.
Let's do it. Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel, sponsored by our good friends at Victoryland, where you can be a winner too. Ooh, warming up.
Warming up. Something happened when somebody was warming up.
What do we got here?
Warming Bernabel.
What? Wait a minute. You're telling me there's a guy that plays baseball. His first name is Warming?
Warming? Yeah, he got an RBI there against the Dodgers for the absolutely putrid Rockies. There's a home run.
The ball flies further in Denver, I hear.
Yeah, that was so Warming Bernabel.
Did this guy hit for the cycle?
No. Here comes Colorado. No. Dodgers aren't playing well. Dodgers aren't playing well at all.
Barry, for a team that stinks, they should have a lot of fans in the stands. Was it a giveaway night or something? What's going on out there?
I don't know.
Bobblehead night or something.
Anyway, Warming plays for the Rockies. Warming Bernabel. He had the walk-off. They had lost 10 in a row to the Dodgers. Bernabel had the game-winning single in the 9th. Dodgers continue to struggle. Rockies win 4-3. They're just maybe warming up. Okay.
Well, Barry, I think the Dodgers are kind of going through that. We're going to make postseason. We're good. Let's just kind of, go through the motions till it counts. Yeah.
It's getting there. It's getting there. The Rockies are absolutely putrid, but now they've won 4 games in a row.
Chris the Bammer said it was free weed night at the ballpark. So maybe that's what got all the fans out there.
Free weed. Okay. Sold a lot of popcorn, I understand.
I guess they did.
Yeah. Hey,
munchies.
Sure, this is your 4th order of nachos. We're going to have to cut you off.
Okay, we got 4 more topics to go on Gurn Jr.'s Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel. Open 24/7. exit 22 off 85 Shorter, Alabama.
Solid payday. Solid payday. Somebody got an extension. No, what?
Wow.
Scheffler didn't use his regular caddy at the BMW?
Yeah, Barry, I understand there was his caddy, there was something.
Ted Scott.
Yeah, there was I don't want to. It was a tragedy in his normal caddy, something with his son, something to that effect that I saw.
All right.
Caddy, Scheffler had to have a replacement caddy, if you will.
Yeah.
And with Scheffler's victory, this new caddy pocketed some coin for 4 days of work.
Michael Cromie, he's a caddy for somebody else who didn't make the cut, evidently. Not only $360, but a Rolex watch that he showed off on his Instagram account.
360 grand.
For 4 days?
360 grand.
Man, that's twice as much as Cam made in 1 year.
See? Cam should, caddy made a ton of money.
Oh, by the way, I mentioned this while you were off for a moment. The reports are that signage recognizing Auburn's national championships start going up inside and around Jordan-Hare Stadium today. Today, John, they had this going on. They had the signs printed. They had them framed. They had them matted. They have spots picked up. This was orchestrated. Auburn's going to say, we're going to announce it today. And fans, if you go there this weekend for whatever, another scrimmage or whatever, you're gonna see your campus festooned with 9 different national championship banners.
You think when Chris Fowler comes on the air and he and Herb Street are talking before the Georgia game, here we are live at Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the 9-time national champions.
Yep. And Cam Newton will be on at halftime, or he'll be on pregame. He'll be the guest picker or something. It's going to be a great day.
If they were able to keep this news secret, just wait till they debut those orange helmets.
That'll be really big.
Coming.
In the world of Longshore, that'll be really big.
Barry, what do you think's got a better chance of happening? Auburn coming out in orange helmets or announcing a home and away with Notre Dame?
I'd say a home and away with Notre Dame. That's on the verge, John. That is that is this close. All they're doing is talking money here.
Okay. 3 more to go.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get them in. I believe we can.
Of course we can.
Yellow, red, and blue is what we got. Where will it land? Ooh, overdose.
Yikes.
What happened here?
That.
What happened here?
Overdosed on creatine, which is a muscle buildings. Ben Griffin, he got the shakes. He swallowed a large rock of creatine. Creatine, it's not illegal or anything like that. No. But it can hasten muscle recovery after strenuous exercise. He ingested a large rock. He said, I've taken it on the golf course before. It's fine. I started taking it after my second shot and I accidentally swallowed one of the big rocks in my water bottle. I didn't really drink any water after that. I basically just inhaled a snowball. No. Yeah, watch out. Watch out.
Yeah, don't
rock
be
of creatine.
Be careful. Hey, quickly, how soon will it be before Lane Kiffin tweets about Auburn's national championships? Is he already hit it? Has he already done it? You got to know.
He's tweeted about Hugh Freeze's commentary about, a coach that specializes in third down offense, a coach that specializes in first down calls. He had something else about him throwing his visor or something like that. Lane is one of the foremost commenters.
Yeah, well, I can promise you,
football.
Watch out. He'll be tweeting something about these newly found natties that Auburn is recognizing as of today. Look, go by the stadium. Barry says they'll have the new years painted on the outside of Jordan-Hare.
And signs everywhere, all around the place. Got recruits coming in.
Are they going to roll Toomer's Corner today?
That's always John's go-to. That's John.
All these new natties, I'm telling you, go roll Toomer's Corner.
All right, here we go.
2 more to go.
2 more to go. 2 minutes.
We can do it. Spin away. We got the Kansas colors working again today. Homer's 4 days. Homers for days.
Oh, yeah, this was the Braves game. We talked about this.
Yeah.
They were leading that one 10-1, season high, 4 home runs against the hapless Braves staff.
A lot of empty seats over there, John, from Wetumpka.
Well, they got a 0.01% chance.
Oh, you love them when they're good,
That's
but
the
when
one-
they stink, nope, not going.
Yeah, not
Not going to be there.
So there you go. Yeah, Braves made it close-ish, but they were terrible. They were terrible.
That's kind of like calling up local man. Hey, well, I was kind of close-ish.
Yeah. He says, well, I'm not going to pay you ish.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. All right, one more to go. Let's spin it to make it official here on the Gurn Juniors Victoryland 777 Topic Wheel. It's realignment.
Yeah.
And, what?
Expansion? Dennis, are you watching this?
Well, what?
If it expands, we're looking at Charlotte and Portland. What about Nashville?
Ooh, Barry, look at this. Tampa Bay and Atlanta in the same. Who's that team next to Tampa to the right?
That would be one of the new franchises.
Okay. All right.
Probably Charlotte. Atlanta, the Marlins, Tampa Bay.
And probably Charlotte.
Charlotte?
I didn't know
the American League. Atlanta doesn't need to be in the American League. Come on.
I didn't know Charlotte wanted a baseball team.
It's got to be Nashville. Anyway, the National League Northwest would be Seattle, the A's, Portland, and the Mariners. I'm not for that. Yeah, Portland. Give me a break. All right, there we go. Huge news on the program today. A lot of different things.
Excited. I'm going to run out the street and yell War Eagle. I'm just jacked
again.
Up.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where I was just a minute ago. I'm sorry I was late after the first break.
Well, no, he was listening for Andy and Stan's call of the Missouri loss last year. Well, for our guests, Brian Matthews, AuburnSports.com, Travis Ryer on YouTube as well. Glad you're along. Big stuff coming up tomorrow. He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. For Gurn Jr., our producer, it's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.